Hello everyone, a new day and a new video. As you maybe noticed, I've decided to rename my channel from Blockchain Bags to Daily Bitcoin because basically I've noticed, you know what, 90% of the stuff I'm talking about is Bitcoin, and I'm basically uploading videos every day, so I think it kind of makes sense, Daily Bitcoin. So first, a disclaimer: I'm not a financial advisor. This is for educational purposes only. If you do decide to make any trades or investments, you do so at your own risk. I'm not in any way responsible for your trades or investments. If you are an investment, I would strongly recommend using only the money that you can afford to lose. Any investment in cryptocurrencies is of speculative nature and highly risky. All right, so yesterday the video that I made was, I think, really the most important video that I could possibly upload, and it's still relevant, and it will be relevant for quite some time. And now, if you haven't seen it yet, I would highly recommend that you go back to it and take a look. I think it will be valid. Now, it's hard to predict exactly, but we were talking about basically these two lines, moving averages, and what is, in my point of view, what is the most highly likely scenario that will happen. Of course, something else could happen, but this is my view on the market. So yes, highly recommend. I'll post the link below this video. So what we did yesterday, we looked at this chart and we said, okay, we had an uptrend, and then this 50 moving average went flat. We said it went start angling down, but if we're kind of like on the cautious side, we can say it went flat. Okay, so this is the end of an uptrend, and for the reasons I stated yesterday, I think we're in a downtrend, and I was actually looking for possibilities to short the market, and I did find a really good entry today, so I shorted the market. So what does that mean? This is basically betting against the market. If the price goes down, I profit, and sitting there. Okay, I'll go to a lower, because on daily chart we can't really see any trades, because I mean basically a daily chart is like a monthly chart in stocks, because Bitcoin can go up 10% in a day. You can't really notice. So I think for looking at trend, 4-hourly chart is the most important chart to watch, and especially for all of you guys who are not really interested in trading as a day trader, but you're just looking to get into the market, into any cryptocurrencies. As we've discussed before, Bitcoin, has a great impact on all other cryptocurrencies. So if Bitcoin is going down, then all other cryptocurrencies are going down. So look at the 4-hourly chart, and if you don't know how to do technical analysis, you just want to look for spots to invest or get out of your trades in your investments, well, you're in the right spot. I'll do these videos daily, so you can just come here and I'll make a prediction for next few days. All right. So what's going on at the moment? As I said, we're kind of like, well, the 50 moving average is flat, so we're consolidating or actually going down, because we see 50 moving average, we discussed this yesterday, is the most important line to watch. And when it's flat on one daily chart, I go to 4-hourly chart, and this is where I am preparing my setups, right? So make this extra bold, more vibrant color to it. So as we see, it's going down. It has a great kind of like an angle down. So this is now basically moving averages are resistances. they're like support and resistance, but they're moving, and they're the most important when market is in a trend. So if the market is going sideways, we don't really, they're not really that important. But now in this chart, it's really important. So we look at this line, 50 moving average, and we look at this line, and we discussed this yesterday. Okay, let me put another color to it, something that you can see. Let's leave it as purple. So what happened a few days ago? We wanted to break through that line and through this. I'll just turn this off. And we wanted to break off of that trend line, the purple one, and we wanted to break out of 50 moving average, and it was a failed breakout. And usually what happens when we have a failed breakout, and this is this area here, okay, I'll do this a little bit nicer. I have this option turned on. So yes, so as we see, it couldn't break out. It was a false breakout. This is what it's called, and I also made a video about that a few days ago. And that usually means in trading on investments that then we have the opposite. It's kind of like you wanted to climb a mountain and you figured out, okay, you know what, that's too big, I can't reach the top yet. You have to go back down. You have to gain some strength before going up again, right? So what's been happening after that? We saw that movement, and just yesterday there was I told my friend who is invested in Ethereum, which is highly correlated to Bitcoin, go out because we might drop to new lows. So he exited here, and I exited a little bit before that. But then what started to happen was we bounced off, right? We bounced off. Okay, actually this was yesterday. Sorry, just give me a second. 24th, 23rd. Oh yeah, so I told him to go get out here somewhere, all right? And then, this started to go up, and now he's like on Facebook, what's going on? Like, seems like we bounced off. We're going up. Like, he said we're going down. Like, what's going on? But the thing is, this is just a retracement. This is just a short-term retrace. There is this saying, all right, that it's, I'm sure you've heard it before, or if you haven't. Trend is your friend. So this is the general saying, but then some traders who know what trend is, and that it can actually turn around, will also add to this until the end. All right. So what I want to say here is, until I get a signal that the trend is reversing, we are still like, until we get a signal that the trend is reversing, we are still in a downtrend when it comes to 4-hourly chart. And as I told you before, 4-hourly chart is now the most important chart to watch for the next few days, if you want to predict next few days. So it's still a downtrend. Okay, it wants to flatten a little bit, but the main things are happening here, all right? So if tonight or tomorrow we break this line, this line here, and we already tried, as you see, and we pulled back, and now we're going again. We want to pull through it again, and now if we succeed doing so with a momentum, and there is no divergence and so forth. And yeah, just keep posted to my channel. You don't have to understand all those things. I'll keep you posted. Basically, then we can start thinking about and considering change of direction of the trend. And if that happens, you know what that means for me? I'll go in and buy a lot of altcoins because basically for now I'm still on the fence. I'm looking to see what's gonna happen here. I actually shorted the market here, so I'm looking to go lower. But you know, if that doesn't happen, it's not a problem. I have a 3% stop loss here, so that's okay. But I'm actually waiting the price to go lower to the prices that I talked about yesterday, so that I can find a good entry for altcoins. So yeah, it's kind of like a crucial thing, and a lot of times trading an investment in cryptocurrency or any other remind me of tennis. And why is that? Because in tennis, I'm not like an expert in tennis or whatever, but you always, when I was watching tennis, you always have this importance. You know, you have tie break, and then it's always like it seems like there's always this crucial point in where the game could turn around. You know, he's just behind a little bit, or I don't even know how to explain it. I'm not really good at. I'm not really like expert, but it just seems like there are always these points where the thing can turn around, and there's this tie breaks and all this. And here, here is kind of like the same, because in regards to there are so many lines that we're watching, and I'm like, okay, this is the first defense, this is the second. Like it could turn around here, and then if it turns around here, then you adjust. So this is what's going on. This is why you have to monitor the price. You have to be kind of like active, even as a long-term trader. Now it depends how active you want to be, right? Some people just buy ICOs. They just you know, put some money in coins. I mean, and that's fine. Like so far, it was fine. You know, 2017, everything went up so much that basically, you know, you didn't even have to watch. Did you buy here? Did you buy there? It doesn't even matter, because the market just went up. Oh, but the thing is, I think that the game is changing slowly, and it will be more and more competitive. Because now, you know, at the start in cryptocurrencies, it was like we organize a local marathon, right? Me and you, we go out and we run 5 kilometers. So we start organizing it every year, and then more and more people come, and more people come, and then all of a sudden becomes a big success. You know, everybody knows about it, and then prices get involved, and then few years down the road, you know, first you were kind of like competitive, and you actually had some chances of winning, but then all of a sudden these guys came, like professional guys came in the market, and you don't stand a chance. And basically, what is happening, especially like last month, in, you know, they opened these exchanges in Chicago, like Wall Street is coming in. Basically, like until recently, I think it was really easy to be in cryptocurrencies. You were just throwing money in, and it just went up, you know, so it just went one way, you know, so it doesn't matter. Okay, maybe you had a little bit of correction, so it didn't really matter where you went in. Everything went up. It had those corrections because there was nobody on the other side who could actually, you know, try to manipulate the market in a big way. And now with these professionals coming in, Wall Street and all these guys, bigger investments, they will profit by making you lose your money, right? So the more mainstream Bitcoin becomes, in cryptocurrency becomes, the harder it will be. And I know some people will disagree, because they'll be like, yeah, but then the prices will be higher. They will be higher. Of course, long term, they will be higher the more adoption that we get. But the more professional like experienced people that come in. I mean, this is their playground. It's like you and me are playing basketball, and then an NBA player comes down. They will crash, they'll crash the market. It's like these days everybody thinks it's an expert, and I'm not saying that I'm an expert. I mean, I have some experiences, and I'm really dedicated to this. I study and study, and I've been learning this for quite some time. And but the thing is, it's gonna get more competitive, right? And then the more bigger players come in, Bitcoin will start to have less volatility. It will become more. Let's put something for comparison. Let's put like any stock or index. I like to look at indexes. Okay, like index S&P 500 goes up as well. It just has an amazing run. But this is like 2000. Wow, it's like I think S&P 500 is a bubble as well. Anyhow, I think we'll see this bubble bursting soon. But my point here is, okay, maybe this is not the best price. No, not the best vehicle to show you. We will use to go here. So right in Forex, so currencies like euro and dollar, if Bitcoin becomes as adopted as other currencies, and I'm not really here to predict what will happen exactly with that, but then it will, these differences will be smaller. Here you basically go from 105 to 106. This is what a percent difference. And that's a lot. This is in few days. In Bitcoin you can have like 10% or so. So the more the big guys come in, it's gonna even out. I hope I'm making sense here. I just want to give you a little bit of perspective, because I know people still have this mentality. Oh, in cryptocurrency, you're just throwing money in. And I was kind of late to the party, unfortunately, but this is how it was. Like right, last year and so forth, even going back. So now I think it's going to be more and more important that for those who stay in cryptocurrency, that you're active and you're watching things like that, right? You're watching Bitcoin, even if you're buying everything else. Bitcoin, I mean, I'm not really buying Bitcoin, I'm trading Bitcoin, but I'm buying other altcoins, all right? Because I think, there you can have even more gains. But Bitcoin, I'm trading daily or swing trading, so that's for a few days. So, all right, to summarize, I still think we are in a downtrend, especially if we look at a 4-hourly chart. It wants to kind of like flat out, but as I said, the trend is your friend until the end. I don't see it yet, and I have some other indicators that show me, what's happening. But this is out of the scope for this video to go into detail. So for now, yes, I'm still waiting to see what happens here, and hopefully for me, at least it goes lower, so then I find better buying opportunities. And until then, until tomorrow, good luck, and I highly recommend looking at my video from yesterday, because it was really, really important, and I think it's going to be important, as I said, especially if this goes down, probably for another like month or so. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for the support. Yesterday I got so much feedback. So many people came to contact me on Facebook and so forth, and it's just amazing. It's a privilege to do this. I enjoy doing it, and I'm just so grateful to be doing this and being a part of this money revolution, right? So good luck, all the best.